It started as a simple internet trend, the kind of harmless curiosity that spreads across social media overnight. They called it the Dream Echo Challenge. All you had to do was leave a voice-activated recording app running while you slept to catch those weird midnight mumbles. Meet Leo, a pale man in his late 20s with short, messy, dark hair, wearing a gray hoodie, sitting in his cluttered apartment filled with glowing screens. He's a skeptic, a tech enthusiast who laughs at ghosts, and he thinks this will just be another funny video for his blog. The challenge was simple, but the comment sections were becoming increasingly bizarre. Users weren't posting funny sleep talk about pizza or forgotten homework. Instead, they were reporting something rhythmic, something synchronized. Leo scrolls through his phone, his face illuminated by the harsh white glare, seeing thousands of identical comments. "Did you hear it too?" And "It sounds like a ritual." He scoffs, thinking it's just a coordinated prank or a marketing stunt for a new horror movie. But his curiosity is finally piqued. Leo decides to participate, setting up a professional-grade condenser microphone right next to his pillow. He wants high-fidelity audio, something he can analyze and debunk with his sound engineering software. As he prepares for bed, the atmosphere in the apartment feels heavier, the shadows in the corners of his room seeming to stretch longer than usual. He checks the levels one last time, hits record, and lies down, staring at the ceiling as the silence of the night begins to press in on him. The night passes in a blur of restless tossing and turning. When the sun finally bleeds through the curtains, Leo wakes up feeling more exhausted than when he went to sleep, his limbs heavy like lead. He reaches for the microphone, his hands trembling slightly from a sudden, unexplainable chill. He transfers the 6 hours of audio to his workstation, eager to see the visual representation of his night's silence. He expects flat lines, maybe the sound of a passing car or his own heavy breathing. As the waveform loads onto his monitor, Leo freezes. At exactly 3:33 a.m., the flat line erupts into a series of sharp, jagged spikes. There is no lead-up, no gradual increase in volume, just a sudden burst of sound that lasts for exactly 10 minutes. He puts on his headphones, takes a deep breath, and presses play. At first, there is only white noise, but then a voice emerges. It's his voice, but the tone is wrong. It's deeper, more resonant, and vibrating with an unnatural frequency. Zul thrak ka. Zul thrak ka. Over and over again. The language is unlike anything Leo has ever heard. It feels ancient, jagged, and cold. He begins to cross-reference the audio with other clips uploaded to the challenge. To his horror, every single recording features the exact same phrase, in the exact same cadence, regardless of the person's native tongue or location. From Tokyo to New York, thousands of people are sleep-chanting Zul thrak ka in perfect unison. Desperate for answers, Leo looks for patterns in the footage. He notices a bruise on his forearm that wasn't there yesterday, a strange circular mark that looks almost like a brand. He realizes he has no memory of the hours between 3 and 4 a.m. He decides to set up a hidden camera for the second night. He needs to see what his body is doing while his voice is reciting that forbidden litany. The air in his apartment now smells faintly of ozone and old, stagnant water. Night 2 feels different. The silence is no longer empty. It feels expectant, as if the room itself is holding its breath. Leo lies in bed, staring into the lens of the camera he's mounted in the corner. He tries to stay awake, to catch the moment the chant begins, but a heavy, unnatural sleep washes over him like a dark tide. Outside, the city is quiet, but in thousands of bedrooms, the same hidden transformation is beginning to take place as the clock ticks toward the cursed hour. When he watches the footage the next morning, Leo can't breathe. At 3:33 a.m., his body doesn't just mumble. He stands up on his bed, his movements fluid and mechanical, like a puppet being pulled by invisible strings. His eyes are wide open, but they are entirely black, reflecting no light. He stands perfectly still, arms outstretched toward the window, and begins the chant. But he isn't alone. In the window's reflection, he sees other figures in the apartments across the street, all standing in the same ritualistic pose. As he listens to the audio from the second night, he realizes something even more terrifying. The sound isn't just coming from his throat. The walls of his apartment seem to vibrate with the chant, the frequency shaking the very foundation of the room. It's as if the air itself is speaking through him. The phrase Zol Thrak Ka isn't a word, it's a key that is being turned simultaneously by millions of voices across the globe, unlocking a door that was meant to stay shut forever. The trend goes from viral curiosity to global emergency. Live streams from around the world show the same scene, millions of people waking up in a trance, chanting the signal. The internet begins to fail as the global network is overwhelmed by the sheer volume of dream echo uploads. Leo watches a final live feed from a major city square, where hundreds of sleepwalkers have gathered in the middle of the night, their voices merging into a thunderous, terrifying roar that shakes the camera. Leo turns away from the screen and catches his reflection in the mirror. He screams. His reflection isn't moving with him. The mirror Leo is still standing in that rigid, ritualistic pose, eyes black as pitch, his lips moving to the silent rhythm of the chant. The reflection slowly turns its head to look at the real Leo, a cruel, knowing smile spreading across its face. The challenge wasn't about recording dreams. It was about giving something else a way to record itself into our reality. We thought we were exploring our subconscious, but we were really just inviting the darkness in. The Dream Echo Challenge has concluded, and the door is now wide open. Across the world, the chanting has stopped, but nobody has truly woken up. They are just waiting for the next command. Some secrets are buried in our sleep for a reason. If you ever feel the urge to record your dreams, remember Leo, and remember that some voices are better left unheard. Are you brave enough to check your phone recordings tonight? Or is it already too late? If you enjoyed this dive into the dark side of the internet, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Leave a comment below if you've ever heard something strange in your sleep recordings, unless, of course, you're already part of the chant. Sleep tight and keep your ears closed. This is the end of the line.